What's up guys, it's Aisling. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a video all about the new Makeup Revolution makeup products. I'm very excited about these. I went on to Beauty Bay's website not too long ago. I'm going to say Friday. Today is Tuesday. And they had these new Makeup Revolution products on it. And I said I was going to try them out for you guys. Beauty Bay is like one of my favorite places to shop from because if you want your products rapido and to your door within like a day or so, then I would always shop in Beauty Bay. Anyway, I placed this order on Friday night and they arrived today, which is super quick. My total order was €26 and I'll go through all the individual products, but there is nothing in this over €6, which is pretty cool, I think. So these are all the products from the new line. So let's start with the first product, which is their Pore Blur. Let's start that again. The Pore Blur Primer. There's tons of different primers in the range. There loads of new ones came out, but this is the one that obviously spoke to me the most, being oily. I was like, pore blurring, yes, all about that life. The next product I picked up was the matte base pore blurring full coverage foundation, and that is like the thing I'm most keen to try out today and see what it's like. They also came out with these concealers, so these are the matte base concealers and they're like a chubby stick. They were only like €3, I believe. The foundation was €6. The base was €4. I got this in C14 as well. It's like a dark shade. Then I also picked up these two concealer palettes. So I got this light one, which is in 5 to 8, and then I got this one a little bit deeper, which is in 9 to 12. These are both the middle shades. There's also a lighter version and then an even deeper version than these, but I just thought they might be good for perhaps like contouring. And each of these €4, which is pretty decent. And then these new powders, guys, look at the size of the powders. They're like mahousa. So I picked up a light one for underneath the eye, and then I picked up this shade, which I thought would be my face shade, but now it's kind of looking a little bit dark. So I'm going to start by priming my face and see how I get on with this primer. I have some moisturizer on and I'm just keen to get this onto my face now. Okay, this kind of looks like the Professional and it feels like the Professional, but does it fill in my pores like the Professional? Doing a pretty good job. This is very nice actually on the skin, guys. Kind of reminds me of my L'Oreal Blur primer that they discontinued, which I was devo.com over. This is almost identical to that, and I used to compare that other primer to the Professional. This feels super nice. I wouldn't say it's like 100% blurred out my pores, but definitely has made my skin look a lot smoother and blurred, which I'm happy about. If you guys are wondering, Makeup Revolution is cruelty-free and vegan, so happy days. Okay, I'm dying to get this foundation on my face. I got the shade F10, which I have no idea if this is going to match me. It might be too dark. Who knows? In the other Makeup Revolution foundation, the Conceal and Define, I'm F8 and then I mix in a little bit of F12, but generally I'm F8. But F8 in this foundation did not seem like it would match me just from the description. This says it's a pore blurring full coverage foundation, so obviously matte base, not for those of you who are dry possibly. Wow, I'm like squeezing this. There's not that much product in this, to be fair. Maybe a bit too dark. Doesn't matter. Look, we're just gonna go with it. If it's too dark, it's too dark. I can just wear some tan with it in the future. Yeah, because I have no tan on my body right now, so I'm just gonna bring this down my neck. It's definitely a little too dark, but if I'm wearing fake tan and it's fully developed, this would be perfect. Or even during the summer with my natural skin tone, because I'm darker than this even in the summer months. I'm gonna apply this with a paddle brush all over my face first, and then I'm just gonna blend it out with the beauty sponge. I'm not noticing this oxidizing or anything like that, but I just do notice that the shade is a little bit off for me. So I definitely think I need to go down a shade, just maybe one. Now my skin is a little bit on the dry side at the moment, even though I am naturally oily. I just have a little bit of dry patches around here, and I'm noticing that it's clinging to them just a little bit. Foundation is definitely not as full coverage as the Conceal and Define, and it's extremely matte. So if you are worried about your foundation looking flat and too matte, then I would probably stay clear of this foundation because it is super mattifying on my skin. Now obviously I'm only just applying it now, so I don't know what it's going to look like throughout the day, but do check out my description bar because I will update you on the wear of this foundation. So I hope you can see this foundation up close on my skin. It's not completely and utterly flawless, like I can still see all of my moles, freckles, stuff like that. Not the worst, but definitely not the best. So I'm going to move on to the concealers now. I'm going to take the lighter concealer palette of the two and I'm going to go in with this shade here. This one says under eye concealer, but I'm going to take this as an under eye concealer and just see what it's like. Okay, yeah, that's pretty brightening. Maybe I will mix in a little bit of the under eye concealer. Do you know what? This palette's probably perfect for me. If I went with the lighter one, it might be a bit too stark. I also think this palette would be great for like carving out the brows and stuff like that if you're into that look. So I'm just taking a mix of the lighter one and then the one that says under eye concealer. And this palette, sorry, is the shade 528. Okay, so let's blend that all out. This concealer blends out really easy. It's like melting into my skin almost. It has brightened lovely underneath my eyes. However, I don't think it's actually done anything in the line of concealing up my under eye circles because I still feel like they're pretty obvious on camera. It's not a dry formula of concealer or anything like that. It's not like waxy or anything like that. It's quite smooth and creamy rather. I do like how easy it blended out. But like I said, I don't feel like I'm completely brightened up underneath my eyes, but sure, look, hey ho. Next up, I want to try and do a little bit of cream contouring. So I'm going to try this chubby stick. Like I said, this also comes in like an array of different shades. So you can use obviously the lighter concealer colors to conceal under the eyes or any discoloration on your skin, or even using it as like a spot concealer. But I am going to take the deeper shade, which looks like this, which kind of reminds me of the Fenty Beauty, like the style of packaging and stuff, and I'm just going to cream contour my skin with this. Ooh, I think I went good actually with the shade. I actually think I'm pretty happy with that because this was described as a cool undertone. Obviously this is for deeper skin tones and it's not necessarily a contouring product, but I just wanted it for that purpose, so that's why I bought it. I'm just gonna blend that out. Okay, that's blending out super well. It's just blending into the skin. Actually, I really like that product. That's lovely. Quite happy with that actually. That's blending out really well. Like it's not leaving any lines, you know, like where I've obviously drawn the lines, it's blending them in, so I'm not left with the actual outline of where there was lines on my skin. And that was kind of like my worry, because it's always my worry when I use a contouring product that you can see where the lines were drawn on my face. This doesn't take much work at all. Like I've used a ton of contouring products in my day, and some of them, like cream contouring products, some of them take forever to blend out and you really need to work on them, and it's just more effort than it's ever worth, because if you're rushing out the door, the last thing you want to be doing is spending 10 years cream contouring and blending out the cream contour, whereas this is blending out seamlessly and very, very quickly also. I'm very happy about the appearance of that on my skin. I really like that contouring stick. Okay, I want to set everything, so I'm going to go back into this little contouring palette. This is the not contouring palette, concealer palette. This is the 5 to 8 again, and I'm going to take the powder product that's in this and hope that this will work underneath my eyes. This isn't a very powdery powder. I'm going to pat that underneath my eyes just to set them. Okay, you kind of need to dig your brush into it, just to be fair, just to pick up product, but it does work once you do that. Now I'm going to move on to the setting powders. I had the worst luck with the Makeup Revolution setting powders, the old formula. I just didn't think that they were great, did not set my face and did not keep me oil free. Obviously when I saw they had new setting powders, I was really excited. So this one is the one for my face, this one's for my under eye area, and I got this shade in P1 and this one is in P5. I'm gonna see what this is like just to even set in between my brows and stuff. This is a lot creamier on the skin than the powder out of this, just gonna say that right off the bat. I'm actually gonna smooth that underneath my eyes and all over my lid as well. Oh my god, that feels so smooth. That's lovely. I really like that powder. Now I'm gonna see what the face one is going to be like for me. This also comes in translucent, which I probably should have purchased because I didn't think ahead of the game that I was going to be using contouring products as well, and I usually like to set them with a translucent powder. So I'm just going to pat this on my face. There's a bit of kickback powder off that, but I mean nothing extreme. Isn't this like the most hugest setting powder ever as well? Hugest is not a word, Aisling, but you know what I'm saying. It's a big powder. I'm really happy with that. My skin feels so soft, guys. Oh my god, this powder feels way better than their old one. So I'm hoping that the formula of this has been improved and it will maintain and keep my oils at bay. Also, this shade is perfect for the foundation. It's not adding any extra color or anything like that. So these two are winner chicken dinner so far for me. I'm now going to go back into this deeper palette and I'm going to take the powder shade in it. And I'm just going to contour, like add that over my contour rather, to kind of like set that. So I'm just going to apply that over my cream contour just a little bit. I don't want to go crazy. I just want to basically set it in place and add a little bit more color. I am going to right now just finish my makeup, come back to you guys, and we'll talk about the face products and what I actually really think of them, because I have a few thoughts for you guys. Okay guys, I'm back with my eyes done and my lips on, and I look very fleshy right now. I am so flat and matte right now. If you don't like matte anything, then possibly don't go with these products because they're extremely matte. I'm actually going to add a bit of highlight because I just feel like I need something a little bit highlighting onto my skin. So let's start off with the first product, which is the base. This is the pore blurring base. I absolutely loved this. I feel like this was incredible on my skin. I feel like it airbrushed my pores almost. I wouldn't say like completely diminished the appearance of them, but it almost like added like a little bit of a filter over them, which I really enjoyed. The matte base foundation, you know what, if you're looking for a matte foundation, this is definitely the one I would recommend because it is extremely matte. It is everything it says it's going to do. It does say it's full coverage, which I wouldn't necessarily say that. I would say this is more of a medium coverage. And pore blurring, like I could still see my pores through this, to be real. I can still see all my little moles and freckles and stuff, so I wouldn't necessarily say like it blurs the skin or anything like that. It wouldn't be my favorite foundation I've ever tried, not gonna lie. For the price, it's pretty decent, but it wouldn't be something I would rush out and purchase again if I ran out of it. Just an FYI, if you're kind of like into the same foundations as me, it wouldn't be my go-to or the highest recommended foundation. These little concealer kits, they actually kind of surprised me. I was actually very pleasantly happy with these. They blended out lovely and well underneath the eyes and on the face. They were really smooth. They weren't like greasy or like very oily or anything on the skin. They were absolutely lovely. They were quite malleable and really easy to spread, and I actually really enjoyed them. I like the powders in the products, but I wouldn't say that they're like the reason to purchase them. I think the concealers are your best bet. So that is my thoughts on them. This product is probably my favorite of the entire day. The cream contouring stick, I absolutely loved it. Like I said, it's described as a concealer, but if you go with like a more cool tone, you can use it as a cream contour, and I really enjoyed this. I thought this was lovely. I really like the packaging of it. I'm super impressed with this. And then finally, the pressed powders, they are way better than the other pressed powders that they used to have. And 100% this is a completely different formula, and I'm much happier with it. So all in all, like one kind of slightly missed products, then the other ones were pretty decent. The collection is super inexpensive, and you know what, if you're on Beauty Bay and you see a couple of the products, you want to pick them up for €2, €3, €4, I would say go with it. €6 for the foundation. I think you could get better ones for a little bit more affordable, like the Wet n Wild ones, only like €5. Personally, in my opinion, I would skip out the foundation, but it's a nice foundation for a day-to-day kind of foundation, and if you're looking for something very mattifying, then happy days, you found it. I'm going to go and change my lip colour because I just feel like I'm dead right now and I'm blending all into my face. So guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. If you did enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up. I have 2 nails missing and it's devastating me. It's been like 5 weeks since I got my nails done. Anyway guys, please ignore that. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If there's anything you want to see up and coming on my channel, please let me know, and I will talk to all you guys in my next video. Mwah. Bye guys.